To all my Flash fans out there, you're going to want to see this. Because TV Line got an exclusive look at the episode we've all been waiting for. Episode 9, The Return of Oliver Queen.
It's hard to believe it's been 3 years.
Cheers.
Everybody stop drinking.
Harvest.
The last time I encountered Team Flash, I learned what was coming.
Oh, Wally!
A crisis to end the multiverse. But I guess it didn't take.
Oh my gosh, Bloodwork comes back too. We always knew this was coming.
This time, it's really you.
Okay, let go. Barry, let go.
It's not just your world that's in danger. There's a new multiverse to replace the one that had fallen.
Choose life. No one has to watch their loved ones die.
Oh.
Everyone has darkness inside them.
Bloodwork is still toxic.
Be a guiding light. A hero. Are you ready to keep running?
One more time, baby. Let's freaking go. He's back. All right, guys, so I need to take a moment to give my first impressions to this amazing trailer. TV Line just got an exclusive look at episode 9 of the final season of The Flash. Now, this is a big episode because it's the one we've been waiting for, right? It's the return of so many iconic characters. We got Diggle returning. You've got Wally West returns, Oliver Queen, Bloodwork, and a few others. It's directed by Daniel Pennebaker. All in all, guys, this is going to be an absolutely massive episode. And I know people have had their reservations. Hell, I've had my reservations about this final season because, to be honest with you, it's been absolute trash. However, it doesn't stop me from being excited when there's moments that are worth the excitement. And this is definitely worth the excitement. To see Oliver Queen, Stephen Amell return as the iconic Green Arrow is nothing short of incredible. And the only thing that I can hope is, even if the rest of the season is absolute garbage, if Oliver Queen comes in with Diggle and Wally and the episode turns out to be actually good, I'll be okay with it. Now, you know, in terms of my thoughts for the final season, yes, it has been disappointing. I think the appearance of Red Death being played by Javicia Leslie was just awful. I didn't find the acting convincing. I didn't find the character convincing or compelling. And the way that they had built this character up for the last, you know, multiple seasons, right? Any mention of Red Death was illustrating this idea that this character was very evil and you know, up there with on par with Zoom and Cicada, right? But then the character came back, and I don't think the character bodied anybody. I don't think anybody was killed by this character. And so, you know, it really was a letdown. And the last 2 episodes have been fillers as they prepare for a transition into the next conflict, which I'm sure will begin this week, potentially with episode 8. But it's definitely going to go into next week, and I think that's going to lead into whatever the final climax or the final conflict is for the final, you know, 4 or 5 episodes or whatever. But yeah, it's so exciting. Now, in this trailer, obviously we see Oliver Queen. There's still not really any clear indication as to how he comes back. Honestly, I have no idea. To be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. We see moments of Barry seeing Oliver's old bow. Right, he gets gifted to him, which I think is pretty incredible, given the fact that the one time that they did trade places, like, Barry was actually pretty good as Green Arrow. I definitely could have seen him be this character. We also get an appearance of a very mysterious speedster. I'm gonna rewind it for a second, and in fact, we're actually gonna slow this down because I like, this is worth talking about, guys. This is worth talking about. So obviously, as you can see, you know what, to be honest with you, let's just break this trailer down. Okay, obviously we see Barry is given a surprise party. And in that, we see a number of key figures, right? I don't know why the hell it's so blue. Like, I'm not sure why they decided to use a blue light here. It was an absolutely atrocious decision. But obviously, from left to right, you see Cecile, who is being absolutely towered over by Wally. And then you see the captain, you see Allegra, you see Captain Zing comes back too, which is pretty cool. I did not know he was returning. You see Chester, and of course, you see Diggle under a very terrible blue light. And then obviously it's a surprise party for Barry. I think Diggle is probably the biggest surprise for me. Then we get a shot at Lian Yu. I'm not sure, like, obviously this is going to be how Oliver returns. I don't know. They're obviously going through some sort of hypnotic situation, right? Where everybody drinks and then all of a sudden they find that there's something in it and that potentially causes them to have some hallucinations. It makes me wonder if this whole thing is going to be a hallucination. Let me just say, if this whole thing did turn out to be just a big old bamboozle and it's all in Barry's head, it was kind of an Inception kind of thing, it was all a dream, that would be a massive L. that would be a massive L. Now, it doesn't change the fact that Oliver Queen will still be in this episode, but it would change the impact of it, right? Again, it doesn't matter how he comes back. That would be a way that they keep with continuity, right? If you know, because we obviously know that Oliver Queen, you know, when he became the Spectre, he died at the end of the last big crossover. And so if they wanted to keep him dead, they could bring him back, but bring him back as an illusion, bring him back as potentially something inside Barry's head. When everybody starts drinking, you see people start falling out, right? Big issues, big conflict, right? And then everybody maybe gets put into a dream within a dream. Obviously, as you can see, people are starting to wake up. And it could be another, like, here's my prediction now. My prediction is that this episode is going to have something to do with that drink. Everybody's going to be put in potentially their own separate dreams. And that is how Oliver's going to come back into this episode. That is going to be Oliver's dream. And as you can see, this is obviously their opportunity to bring Ramsey back into the fold, the thick of things, right? Because that potentially is Wally's dream. Again, it is obviously a wild guess. Then we see a speedster. Now this is something we haven't seen before. I'm gonna need you guys to give me some insight. I have no idea what this is. It's obviously not a trail that we've seen before. It very much, like, it's I don't know what color that is, guys. I mean, that's bluish. Again, it could be the appearance of cobalt blue. I was expecting, based on the crystal that we saw at the end of episode 8, that this was gonna be a much darker, deeper blue, like a navy. This is almost translucent in its nature, and so I'm not sure what character this is. But then, of course, we see Ramsey talking about the big crisis that happened, the big multiversal event that occurred, and of course, then next up, we're followed by this unfortunate news that we did just have a week-long break, right? And it looks like we're gonna have another one. This is gonna be a 2-week break. So after this episode that airs tonight, at the time of the recording of this video, we're gonna have to wait 2 weeks before we get another Flash episode. And yes, that is incredibly disappointing. And so, but that, you know, that is what it is, right? That is what it is. Then we see Oliver standing over Barry, and like I said, if this goes hand in hand with my original idea, that, you know, it's all there, everybody's in their own separate kind of dream state, then this would obviously make sense that this is Barry's dream state, and it'll be a chance for Oliver to come back. But it's all gonna essentially, if this is true, none of this is gonna matter, right? We thought Oliver was originally going to come back as a sort of you know, really as a sort of a character to help fight off the big evil that occurs, and that could still potentially be the case. But based on what they're showing in this trailer, it definitely looks like that is not going to be how it goes. This allows them to retain continuity for Oliver's true death, and while also still being able to bring the actor in. And you know, to be honest with you, I always knew that that's how this was going to go, that Oliver was going to come back as a sort of, you know, a premonition or a dream, you know, a guide to give Barry the confidence that he needs to push to, you know, the next conflict or whatever, you know. And they're obviously going to have to fight out whatever threats occur in order for them to, they're going to have to fight off whatever threats occur, which is obviously blood work in this dream, in order for them to get out of the dream state. In terms of this, I have no idea what the hell this is. It could potentially have something to do with the multiverse, right? The splitting of the universes, or potentially the universes are splitting once again. Again, if this is all a dream, none of this is going to matter. But then, of course, we see Chester and probably Allegra locking themselves in. We see, you know, Ramsey once again saying, oh, you know, nobody has to die. I was like, Ramsey, really? You're still holding on to that chestnut? You know, you still haven't let it go. Look, your grandma's dead. I think it was his grandma or his mother, one of them, you know, and homie he refuses to let it go. Anyway, moving on from there, you then see multiple people being infected by blood work in this kind of dream state. And yeah, even Allegra gets infested. I think you see the same thing from Wally. Wally being taken over by blood work is pretty cool. I don't know. I actually really like this shot. I think it's pretty cool to see. Once again, it's just cool to see Wally come back. I think he should have gotten his own spinoff, but again, that's neither here nor there. Moving on from there, then we see, you know, the Arrowverse, right? One last time, you see Barry fighting off against Wally, or Evil Wally, Bloodwork Wally, whatever you want to call it. We obviously see this entity again, which is, I'm assuming this is when Bloodwork transforms. Don't blame me for the CGI. Okay, I don't make this stuff. but I can assure you the CGI for Bloodwork was ass before. It's probably gonna be ass now, but it is what it is. When he transforms into that ugly ass creature, yeah, it's not a good look. So we see the Arrowverse teams up. It's gonna be cool, even if it is just a dream, guys. Even if it is just a dream, it's going to be cool to see them team up once again. Then obviously we see, you know, Oliver drawing back his bow. We see Barry once again doing something we've never seen him do before. When was this guy able to create a lasso? This from the lightsabers to the lasso to the shield. This man is able to do things with his lightning that we've never seen before. And you know, I'm here for it, but you know, I wish we got like a training session, like a Mr. Miyagi kind of thing, you know, where he like learned all these new abilities. But either way, one more time, they're teaming up. They're doing the damn thing. April 26th, guys. That is when this episode is going to air. Yes, it is a little bit of a ways to wait. No, don't ask me why. Why are they delaying it? I have no idea. Probably because they only have 13 episodes, and even with that many episodes, the season has to run until a certain date. It's just how the network runs. Okay, in the realm of Netflix and all that stuff, where you can just get all the episodes at once, right? I get why people are upset, but this show, whether we like it or not, this show is still on a network and they have a schedule. And you know, even with 13 episodes, they're like, hey, we need this thing to run until May 24th. So take breaks where you need them to, you know, stretch this thing out, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that is my full breakdown for this trailer. I typically don't watch the trailers, but for episode 9, I've definitely been looking forward to this one, and I'm glad we got to watch it. I'll post the full link to the TV line version of this if you just want to watch that. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited about this episode, and while the season hasn't been anything near what we would have expected it, I'm fully hopeful that this episode ends up being more than our expectations can bear. I'm excited to see how these characters come back. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the content, drop a like on this video. It greatly helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. We would love to have you. We have a lot more trailer reactions and breakdowns, reviews for this season coming very soon. As always, my name is That Guy Rye. I'll see you in the next one.